Solution is in the title, reform. Political reform is definitely needed, and it doesn't take the brains of Elon Musk to realize that.
Nigel Farage speaks out on Ant Middleton. Crowd reaction says it all. You're not going to believe this one. Nigel Farage, a man who's never short of headlines, has just spoken out about former SAS soldier and TV personality Ant Middleton. And the way he framed it, the crowd's reaction, the timing, the sheer boldness, it's got people talking across the UK. This isn't just a passing comment. Farage went all in, delivering a full speech that left people stunned. Some cheering, others shaking their heads, and many asking, did he really just say that? So let's unpack exactly what happened, and why this unexpected pairing of names Farage and Middleton is blowing up right now. The scene was classic Farage. He was addressing a packed hall, part political rally, part public town hall. The kind of setting where Farage thrives. And out of nowhere, he pivots to Ant Middleton. Why Middleton? Because he's not just a celebrity. He's a symbol. To many, Middleton represents grit, discipline, and a kind of no-nonsense patriotism that resonates with ordinary people. But he's also controversial, having clashed with networks, critics, and even parts of the mainstream media. Farage, sensing that connection, seized the moment. He praised Middleton's straight-talking attitude and his willingness to say what others are too scared to admit. He described him as someone who embodies the spirit of resilience, the kind of figure Britain needs more of, especially when leadership feels weak or disconnected. And here's the part that really got the audience going. Farage didn't just praise Middleton as a personality. He suggested Middleton's voice belongs in the political conversation. Imagine the ripple effect. Farage, already a divisive figure, hinting that Ant Middleton, a man known for SAS training drills and reality TV, should be part of Britain's political dialogue. The reaction was instant. Some in the crowd erupted in applause. You could hear shouts of, "Yes," and "That's the kind of leader we need." But not everyone was buying it. On social media, the backlash began almost immediately. One user tweeted, "Only Farage would think a reality TV star is the answer to Britain's problems." Another wrote, "Middleton is tough, sure, but politics needs more than a survival course mentality." Yet, others defended the idea, why not? Middleton has more backbone than half of Westminster. The bigger question here isn't whether Ant Middleton wants a political role. It's about why Farage raised his name in the first place. Farage knows the political landscape is fragile. Voters are restless. Trust in traditional politicians is at rock bottom. By invoking Middleton, he's tapping into something deeper, a hunger for authenticity, for voices outside the establishment. This isn't the first time Farage has done it. Remember how he rallied ordinary people during the Brexit campaign by pitting them against the elites. He's playing the same card, now positioning Middleton as the kind of outsider who cuts through the noise. One political commentator put it perfectly, Farage doesn't need Middleton to join politics. He just needs the symbolism. By saying Middleton should be listened to, Farage reminds voters that politics doesn't belong only to career politicians. And that symbolism cuts both ways. For some, it's inspiring proof that people from tough, real-world backgrounds can step into leadership. For others, it's dangerous, a blurring of lines between entertainment, celebrity, and governance. But let's be honest, it's vintage Farage. He thrives on disruption, on making people ask uncomfortable questions. And whether you agree with him or not, this speech achieved exactly that. Now, what about Middleton himself? So far, he hasn't made a formal statement about Farage's comments. But people close to him have hinted that he's aware of the buzz and not entirely dismissive of it. Middleton has, in the past, expressed frustration with political correctness, with institutions that he feels weaken discipline and resilience in society. Those views, controversial as they are, line up with the tone Farage struck in his speech. If Middleton chooses to respond, it could amplify this moment even further. Imagine the headlines, "Middleton responds to Farage's call." It could spark weeks of debate. Reactions from inside Westminster are just as telling. Labour figures rolled their eyes, saying Farage was once again playing the populist card. One Conservative MP, however, told a reporter, "Don't underestimate this. If Farage can link himself to cultural figures people respect, it makes him harder to sideline." And that may be the real point. Farage isn't just trying to praise Middleton. He's trying to remind the public that he speaks their language, connecting politics to the voices and personalities that resonate outside Parliament. So where does this leave us? It leaves us in a moment where the lines between politics and culture are blurring faster than ever. Celebrities, athletes, reality stars, they're not just entertainment figures anymore. They're cultural symbols, and politicians like Farage know how powerful those symbols can be. What happens next will depend on Middleton himself. Will he stay silent, letting Farage's words hang in the air? Or will he step into the spotlight, even briefly, to address this unexpected endorsement? Either way, one thing is clear: Farage has once again hijacked the conversation. And so the question remains: is this just another headline-grabbing stunt from Nigel Farage? Or is it the first sign of a new strategy where politics and celebrity collide in ways that could redefine leadership in Britain? Because if this is just the beginning, the shockwaves may only be getting started.